that long day behind you. Good times lie ahead. With company worth keeping, that'll bash a smile on your head. Come on in, the door's open, you'll find just the finest folks here. Pull up a chair, grab a drink, and lend our stories your ear. Cause we're the talk the tavern. Here you're always welcome. The talk the tavern. Promising beer and bedlam. The talk the tavern. Music, medicine, then some. The talk the tavern. The song's over. Here we come.
Okay, thank you, Cogsley. Your singing is wonderful. Let's hear it for Cogsley there, folks. Appreciate that. Oh, wow, you guys, don't knock over my notes, Kat. What's wrong with you? I am Travis Sivart. I am host of Talk of the Tavern. Welcome to the Tavern. Tonight's topic is going to be Stupid Is as Stupid Does. And we'll tell you a little bit more about that in a few moments. Here's a nice disclaimer, especially for a topic like this. It's, we're an adult show with adult topics, adult humor, and adult penises. Or vaginas. Or both. Or neither. Whatever you like. But they're adult. So, we're going to do that sort of thing. Keep that in mind. If that's not your cup of tea, please take your cup of tea and leave the room right now. What else did I got? Oh, right. As I said, I'm Travis. I'm the host. I'm also an author. You can find my books on Amazon, and you can find various podcasts coming out of the tavern that we record live at twitch.tv/Travis Tavern Talk. That's twitch.tv/Travis Tavern Talk. Record that live, as well as live stream me writing novels and playing poker with a group on Saturday. It's a good time. Check it out. My vices tonight are Henry McKenna, bourbon, and I have some wonderful Cornell and Deal dark cherry Cavendish in a Sherlock Holmes pipe, a calabash shape with a nice bamboo section of the stem there. I'll be enjoying that. Now, I'm going to have the other two introduce themselves, and then we're going to do a toast. And what's that other thing we do before we... Oh, right. The thing. Yeah, okay. Ed, why don't you start?
Hey. Hi. I'm Ed. I don't do any of that shit Travis does. But I'm drinking John J. Bowman's. And I'm chasing it with Appalachian white birch beer. It's pretty good. It's yummy. What about you, Andrea?
He drinks better bourbon than I do.
I have knitting, like usual. Oh, tonight's very special. I have a bag of cookies and creams, Hershey's Kisses, and just like this is my cup of tea, I have a cup of tea.
Very nice. I had a command for your... There it is. Ed Summers YouTube. bit.ly bit.ly/Ed Summers YouTube is where you can find Ed's YouTube. Okay. The other thing I needed to say is let us know what your vice is tonight in the chat. Go to and post what you're drinking, smoking, crafting, whatever, and let us know what your vice is tonight. I also want to let everybody listening to this on the podcast know we have a live chat audience that interacts with us as we go along, and you'll hear me ding this bell when I remember to bring it down, and that lets people know that I'm going to read some comments. As for the people in chat, we don't read all your comments unless if they are A, entertaining, and or B, relevant, such as Robert's comment here when asked what his vices are tonight: hookers and blackjack. I believe that is relevant tonight. Toei's vice is ditching her own stream to hang out here in the tavern. Kahuna the Elder has popped in with the raid. Welcome to Kahuna and his crew. We are recording the live podcast tonight, and we will be, after the podcast, taking off this sub-only chat. And that is another thing about recording the podcast. It is sub-only, so we don't get a large influx of people coming in and basically throwing noises or whatever. Okay, and Dave has Maker's Mark 46. And tonight's topic is stupid as Stupid is as stupid. Well, thank you for the bits, Ed. Ed sharing bits and supporting the channel.
It's
You.
underscore just
I needed to
underscore
drink.
a underscore nut cheered. X400.
The toast. That's right. I got 2 toasts. We'll let Cogsley pull one out for us here. And the first toast from Cogsley, I did toast instead of quote. I'm a dork.
With butter.
Cogsley says, never stop fighting until you arrive at your destined place. That is the unique you. Have an aim in life, continuously acquire knowledge, work hard, and have perseverance to realize the great life. APJ Abdul Kalam. So it's a mouthful,
Sure.
but it's good advice.
Here.
Don't stop till you who you want to be. Mine is, here's to surviving another day of stupid people without killing anyone or yourself.
Here.
Stupid is as stupid does.
Mm-hmm. So, with stupid is as stupid does, what we're looking at here is we all do stupid things on occasion. Everybody is entitled to be a little stupid now and then. But some people feel extra entitled and really take advantage of that shit. What are you looking at, Ed?
My thing.
Yeah, you
It's
are.
behind the monitor tonight?
Keep talking.
Can you strap that thing? So,
You have clearance, Clarence.
okay.
Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Where to win? Good to see you. And Robert says a stupid thing he does is sit down with the toilet seat up. I did that last week.
Who said that?
Robert.
I can't. Oh. Well, you know.
So, Andrea, you suggested this topic for the most part with, it was actually multiple topics of stupid things we've done. And why are people stupid? She suggested that, not knowing she was suggesting a topic. When she came home from work the other night, I went, that's a topic. So, what's your what happened that made you think of these concepts?
Oh, just stupid shit? Well, let's go with the toilet seat thing. Let's go with the toilet thing. All right. Guys, you know, you got it pretty easy. You can just go in, you can stand up, whatever. Well, you know. So what made me very upset, I just had to vent. Stupid people, and I did something stupid. I didn't check and see if there was toilet paper.
Oh.
Yeah. I had to pee. I'm at work. And then when I realized there was none, everyone's calling me. They needed me. The one time, people. That's just recent. I'm sorry. And at least the toilet seat was up, Robert.
This was a much
Instead of
longer rant when she first came home from work the other night. This was like a 20-minute. This would have been a whole show by itself if we had a mic on her that night.
But I had already bitched about it. I'm good now. I'm just like, that was the one thing that happened to me because, you know, I was stupid. TMI. Sorry, guys.
No, I don't think so. I think it's fair. It's there are certain things. If you notice in places like Target, McDonald's, there's a little paper on the back of the door, a dry erase sheet, where every hour somebody is supposed to go in and check the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is law or anything, but I think this is something a lot of companies have this procedure. And it doesn't normally happen until somebody bitches. Andrea?
I can't say where I work, they do. We actually have one person that is their job, and that's what they do. It was just very particularly busy.
No, you're not the one person that's your job, is it?
No,
Okay.
it
Andrea,
wasn't
That would have been really stupid.
there's another job where you work that people hate. You want to talk about that?
No.
But Andrea enjoys it. because she's getting paid, so she doesn't care.
Well,
You don't have to talk about it. I'm just
it,
giving the point. It might be too embarrassing. It's a delicate topic.
I just don't want to. Yeah,
And yes,
the
Robert,
whole work.
the restroom was extra busy. It's the one right in the front of the store that everybody goes into when they walk
Okay.
in.
Have you ever seen the women's restroom? There's always a line, and that's where all the kids go, and it's just yes. Yeah.
Chat says now we need to know what the job is. And Robert is now guessing, saying,
Alright.
euthanizing the goldfish?
We don't have goldfish there. No, okay. I don't love the job, but I don't mind the job. With the pandemic and COVID and everything going on, shouldn't say those words, but whatever. Where I work is very adamant about cleaning. I can say that my store on top of everything. One of the things that a lot of the people they don't care for it is every single basket, every single hand basket, push basket has to be wiped down, sanitized every single time. I don't mind doing it. I don't care because I'm getting paid. But some of the other people don't like it because it's repetitive and they're stuck in one spot.
And they're not being paid enough to do it.
Well, I mean, and I get yelled at by some people because it's like, hey, you need a mask? We have a mask here for you because, it is mandatory here where everybody has to wear it. And I don't say you have to, I just offer, but I get yelled at.
Oh.
I don't care. I'm getting paid for it. Not to get yelled at, but I'm getting paid to do my job. It's just a thing.
I remember
I
that
get
from
paid
Monty
whether
Python.
you yell at me or not.
It's very true. It's
It's like, I'm not the police. I'm not going to track you down. I'm not going to force you. It is my job to offer. So there we go.
Oh, see,
You do
Dave
what
says.
you gotta.
Dave says, same boat. It's tedious and seems repetitive, but thanks for doing it. Those people that yell are the worst. They're idiots. Here's the bottom line. We're in a weird situation, and whatever helps and doesn't help, it's not going to hurt to put on the damn mask and blah, 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 blah. So fucking do it.
Well, I mean, I hate it. Like, I have been having really bad asthma attacks more and more lately at work because I do physical labor, and it's hot there, and you got this thing on your face for 8 to 10 hours a day. I do it because
You need a
it's
cage.
mandatory. I need something.
Amazon has these little plastic cages. You put them on and then put your mask over top of it,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets it away from your nose and mouth, and you get a whole lot cooler air.
I'll have to check that out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But everybody, as much as it sucks, you do what you got to do until it's over. The people in the 1918 when the flu pandemic, they did it too.
Yeah.
Just do it. It's going to be over soon. Sorry.
No, not at all.
That's my rant.
No, I wanted to let you keep going, and I figured I'd just do that so when you're done, you could point at me. And so Robert says, carry one of those heavy-duty staplers and say, you put it on or I can. Your call. Wordowin says that they saw a video today where an unmasked woman threw something at an employee and she was piled on by 8 people and thrown out. Wordowin, what I want to know is, were those people employees or customers or a mix of the two? And Dave says, where I work, the customers have to wear masks. If not, we will not serve them. That goes over horribly sometimes.
That's ABC store, correct?
Yeah, I wasn't going to say it out loud since he didn't announce it, but yeah.
Oh, but he said it last time. That's
It's
the only reason
right.
why.
Yeah. There we go. But yeah, it's, I didn't think he'd mind. But so where I work, we have to administer a drug test. I do the hiring for a large warehouse company, and everybody who gets hired has to take a drug test. And there are people who come in for a drug test retest because the first one was screwed up. It doesn't mean that the results were skewed, but it might have been as something as simple as putting the label on the test tube wrong, or not having legible handwriting on the form you have to fill out. That can kick your test back and make you have to retake it.
Right.
So when that happens, they come back in, and I've had people walk in, and I'm like, okay, what you're going to do, and my instructions are super simple. Walk over to the Kindle, turn it on, start the video. It's going to walk you straight through it. The poster on the wall covers most of the common problems. If you have an issue or a question, otherwise ask me. It's my whole speech. People will interrupt me when I'm not even halfway through it and go, no, I've been here before. I know what I'm doing. And I'll be like, great. This should be easy for you then. Let me tell you anyway, because it won't matter. It'll only help. And most people let me babble on. You don't have to take the piss cup. You can leave it on the counter where everybody else puts theirs. Hello, Trin. But, that's right.
Hey, Trin.
So, I had one person walk in the other day. First person of the day. They interrupted me with, I know what I'm doing. And then you can see them, like, keep looking around as I finish my huge 45, 60-second speech. And then they walk over to the thing, and the first thing they do, you can see them like looking around the table where you got your drug test kit and the pen and everything, the Kindle, and they're like, how do I turn it on? And I'm like, you got to press the button on the top. They're like, oh, okay, I found it. It says click here to go to this website to get this casino game. Because it's a fucking Kindle. It's got an ad on the front. And I'm like, you got to swipe up, just like on your smartphone. Oh, and then they're like, yeah, I know how to do this. I took one yesterday at a gas station, too, but I want this job. So I think they bought one of their own. And I'm like, great. Well, you just put the thing in the side of your cheek. They're like, yeah, I know, and you just chew on it. And I'm like, no. Or they're like, yeah, you suck on it. I'm like, no, don't suck on it. Don't chew on it. Put it...
It's not that kind of job.
It's just...
Oh my god.
Right, Robert. They did not... By the way, let me read a few comments, because I was telling my story and didn't interrupt myself.
Some of them are funny.
So, Wordowin clarified, it was at a mall, and people from other stores showed up as well. Jewel, hello, good to see you, says, stupid
Hey,
is
Jewel.
now my work requiring double masking, so it's like a KN95 mask. They could just apply KN95 masks. So, yeah, that's...
Full mock gear.
And the moral of this story is any one of those things is very acceptable. Oh, I didn't read the directions good enough on the one I took at the gas station. I didn't realize I shouldn't suck it. Yeah. Or the interrupting, this is a retest, I've been here before. Or the, how do I turn on a kid? It's all the things in the sequence of one event within a 90-second period. It's like, okay, you are just, like this has to take effort to be this stupid.
Stupid.
It's, yeah. Andrea?
Not where I'm at now, but at another job. It's not them being stupid, it's just stupid things people do.
Mm-hmm.
I was helping because great customer service. That's me. So I opened up this product so that they can see it to make sure that's what they want. And I'm like, okay, here you go. They're like, I don't want that. It's open.
Yeah.
It was open for them. That's something stupid. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, Robert, just so you know, Robert says drug tests are very different from the last one I took. They're oral now, so it kind of goes like this.
And after the thanking, the oral test.
Drug test. So...
They don't make you pee in a cup anymore because they're more expensive, I think.
Probably.
Hi, Trin.
What up, Trin?
So, Ed, what kind of stupid stuff have you ran across or done?
Shit.
You know
No.
stupid
Well, there
people
was this
anywhere?
woman. No, I won't talk about that on there. Stupid shit people do, and it is a pet peeve of mine when somebody does it. It really pisses me off. See what I did there, Travis? When somebody says something and you say no, and then they rephrase that shit. It's like, didn't you hear me first time, motherfucker? You know, used to work for a company. Teresa and I used to work for a company together, and the CFO of the company was famous for doing that. And she and I were in a meeting one time with him, the vice president, a couple of department heads, and he's trying to push something else off on security, and I'm like, nope, we're not going to do that. And he rephrased that shit on me. So I said, okay, hell no, we're not going to do that. Teresa wouldn't let me speak in a meeting for 4 months after that.
That's not funny.
You know, I think. See, this is a part of the sensitivity training, Ed. Which, we're, after this episode, we'll talk to our audience about that. But yeah, with the empathy training and the other such stuff, God, why can't we say, stop? You're repeating yourself and asking the same thing again and again, and it's getting annoying. The answer is no, no matter how you phrase it. So, yeah, it's, why can't we say that anymore?
You can. But then you're not allowed to speak at meetings for 4 months.
Fair point. Fair point.
It was kind of entertaining because we'd be at a meeting and somebody would ask me something and I'd open my mouth to speak and never even get a single word out. And Teresa would be like, what he meant to say was.
So let me ask you, was Teresa translating your mansplaining, or was she mansplaining for you?
She was mansplaining for me.
Teresa, I bet Teresa could mansplain the fuck out of some stuff, especially to other men. What about chat? What other stupid stuff have you guys saw? And I don't want to just complain about the pandemic stuff. That's something we're all seeing, we're all dealing with. But there has to be those special moments in life when somebody is a little extra stupid, or some stupid shit you did yourself. I'm trying to think of something like that. And all three of us here on air
Married
right
my
now.
second wife.
There's a,
Yeah.
He's still recovering in a lot of different ways.
15 years later.
So, all three of us here don't talk about what happened at work generally in the past month on air. And we never use names when we do talk about things at work because reasons. Not that anybody at our jobs listens to the show, but it's just not worth that risk. So
It's just a courtesy we provide.
it is. It is.
Would you
Trent
like
says, I'm a little
butter
extra
on that,
stupid
sir?
every day. Robert says, my child evidently cut a block of cheese yesterday with a butter knife because they didn't want to cut themselves with a
I
sharp
would like
one.
to have seen that, man.
Well, that's not stupid. That's just cautious.
Yeah. Wordowin says, worked at a company where one of the employees was the brother of the owner. Best pay in the place, basically got to do whatever he wanted, and to be fair, he did work super hard as a job. He also worked super hard at stealing inventory and selling it on eBay.
Well, you know, gotta have hobby.
Okay, Dave's got one that I do.
I've done that.
Me too.
Let me read it and we will go on with that. Dave says, not grabbing a shopping cart and trying to walk around with 2 handfuls of groceries at the store, also too stubborn to go back for one.
Yep.
I do it because I want to limit how much I get, and instead I end up practicing my balancing and juggling skills for 20 minutes as I go through the whole damn store.
Well,
I
you're
need to
better
buy
than
a new
me
bag.
because. Oh, sorry, Andrea. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying you need to buy a new bag.
You're better than me because I've done it because I'm just going in for these 3 items and that turns into 5, 6, 7 or whatever. And then I'm looking around. I'm too damn lazy to go up to the front of the store. Oh, somebody walked away. Oh, they're too far from their car. It's mine now, baby, and I'm gone.
No, do you ever take one with stuff in it?
No.
See, neither would I. But there's times you're like, that's an abandoned cart, isn't it? And you go, this anybody's cart? Good. So, yeah, I think that's something we all do. It's for whatever reason. Or you get that little one you can carry around, and then you realize you need the gallon of milk and the 12 pack of whatever, and now like
You're
two
like,
things fill it. Yeah, you're walking
Yep.
with a limp.
Yep.
Let's see, where do I it says you have an unfair advantage, Ed. You can pile stuff in your hat for extra capacity.
yeah, you can.
You've been wearing that 10-gallon cowboy hat again? Robert worked at Target also, by the way, at one point, and he
Oh.
says, I had a lady at Target years ago. Good for you. Oh, wait, there's more to that story. I had a lady at Target years ago demand that I get her a Thanksgiving turkey from the ad from Kroger. I explained that we didn't have turkeys, we didn't have a grocery section at all, and she says, but I know you price match, I want this turkey from the ad, go check in the back. That is a good story right there.
Here's your sign.
Okay. Hold on. I got one of those. Not from where I work now, but I used to work at Lowe's. I answer the phone. This is Lowe's. Or thank you for calling Lowe's. This is so and so. How can I help you? I said the store name. They wanted something. They kept giving me the number. I'm like, we don't sell that. We don't carry it. And they're like, well, it's right here in the ad for Home Depot. You called Lowe's. And when you call, they say the thing before you get to the thing to punch the number for a department. Come on.
Okay, I've got some stupid for you. When you have to spend 7 minutes in an automated phone message when an operator could have got you there in 8 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
That drives me crazy. And I realize it is cheaper to have an automated phone than a person paid who's constantly on the phone. I get it. But I feel like it's a horrible customer experience across the board. Toei says, when I worked at a museum, we had a robotics exhibit called Dinosaurs Alive. The lady actually complained because we didn't have living dinosaurs.
Wow.
Did you tell her you had some of the stunt double dinosaurs from Jurassic Park booked for the weekend, but it's next weekend? And she's just missed them, or last weekend, or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that. That's great.
Bring over to the terrarium with like one gecko and a Cuban anole and a. For the podcast, folks. Toei says, I put on my dinosaur costume. Jules says, living dinosaurs are called chickens. Okay, there we go. Wordowin's got one. A manufacturing place I worked at was next to an airport. Planes and helicopters flying over it all the time. A girl we'd hired a couple weeks ago heard one of the helicopters extra close and started yelling, "What is that? Are we under attack?" And the previously most stupid employee yelled back, "We're next to an airport, you idiot." Oh, there is that trend. See, that even makes it worse. You spend, Trend says, how about waiting on the phone for 10 minutes or more with an automated voice on the other end, and when you finally talk to an actual human, they say they can't help you.
That sucks.
The other part of that is when you call somebody, you wait a long time, you get the human on the phone, and you talk about whatever your problem is. They can't help you.
And they tell you this is Lowe's, not Home Depot? That bitch.
No. Well, is there anything else I can do for you today? You haven't helped me with this fucking problem yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Dave, I did that today. Dave says pushing on the door that says pull.
That's why I love the automatic doors. They open for you.
Well, I went to pick up lunch. They ordered lunch at work, and I went to pick it up. And I pushed it went in, and then when I was going to leave, I'm used to restaurants having doors that swing both ways, and I had my arms full of the order, and now I had to pull
That's backwards.
It is, and also it's a fire hazard. All business doors, I believe, are supposed to open outward for fire safety reasons.
Mm. Wow.
Oh my God. Okay. This is why we give a trigger warning in the beginning. Wordowin says, also, from the previous most stupid employee, her son died. Tragic enough. But she put him in the back of her SUV and drove around with his body in it for several days in the summer. Yes,
Did
Andrew?
anybody else know he died?
How
Wow.
old was he, and did he die back there from her driving, just like thump, 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 bum, 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 bum?
Or was he a baby in his seat and left in there and she just forgot?
Toey says, worst Uber ever.
Okay, I don't get that because I found a dead mouse the other day.
Mhm.
A mouse. And that stunk forever and ever and ever and ever. A baby in a car or a person in a car. We don't know if it's a baby or not. During the middle of summer? Huh? No.
Yeah,
Late 20s. Oh, wow.
late 20s.
How was she able to keep the body
Wow.
and drive it around? Did she just not tell anybody?
Yeah, I assume she didn't tell anybody. And also, how did she get him to the vehicle?
Or was he there when he died? I don't know.
So there you see, Dave's got one. I often ask people their name and then forget to listen to what their name is.
Guilty.
Me too. That's why
Guilty.
name tags are great.
Guilty,
Also-
because I'm just being polite. I really don't want to know what their fucking name is anyway. And later on, I actually have to call them by their name, and I don't remember what it was.
Here's how you fix that. Immediately when they tell you their name, you say some sort of comment followed by their name. Great to meet you, Ed. Great to meet you, Dave. And then,
But it's not.
well, then say,
What is it?
what an interesting eyebrow you have. Whatever. You just find something to say with their name tagged at the end. And you do that like 3 times in a row. First of all, it creates like a dopamine rush in them from hearing their own name. Which, by the way, that dopamine rush, sometimes it's attached to fear, because a lot of times when we hear our own name, we associate it with being in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true. I know I do. Wordowin did clarify, saying she thought she needed to take him to the mortuary herself, which, by the way, that might not be unreasonable, because I've thought, you know, if I suddenly have a dead body in my house, who do you call?
The coroner.
Busters.
Ed.
Do we all have Ghostbusters on speed dial?
I do.
But she kept forgetting. You kept forgetting about the dead body in your car?
In the summer.
That's
summer?
stupid.
Okay, so Robert says, I have all sorts of stupid pet owner stories from my time at a pet store chain. Like every adoption gets a care sheet, and people getting birds would get both a sheet of banned foods and a verbal explanation to not feed birds avocados. So many dead birds. Did you feed it anything on this list? No. I only gave it fresh fruits and guacamole.
Oh, what does avocados do to birds? I mean, well, obviously kill them, but wow, I didn't know that.
Jules
But I don't
says,
have birds.
I tell people that's why I have a name tag, so I don't forget my name. That's fair.
I often forget my name tag.
Where I work, I wish they would forget my name.
This is why I wear a name tag at home, too.
Mm.
And a
Yeah, I
small
forget.
note, if found dead, please drive around town.
Not in my new car.
That's right.
She has boundaries.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness.
Good times. Good topic.
Well,
yeah.
yeah, pet owners do stupid shit. Kid owners do stupid shit.
Did you say kid owners, as in
I
parents?
I think they're called parents.
Whatever.
Not just annoying caretakers.
But I guess they're not parenting anymore, so they're just kid owners. Oh, okay,
Fair-
I
fair
I'll go
point.
with that.
Would you like butter on that, sir?
Wordowin says,
Wow.
at a fairly high-end restaurant, I once told the waitress, no onions. She came back with the food covered in chives. I said no onions, but these are chives.
They're onions. Wow. Wow. That's just not knowing your job.
You know, I can see if she was young, brand new to the restaurant, there is a chance you just don't realize that. But yeah,
Oh.
okay. And Robert clarified most animals can't have guacamole or avocado because the enzymes don't process.
Well, I don't give my cats guacamole. I don't share my guacamole.
See, that's marketing technique, and let's talk about that. In business, Andrea loves to talk about the sales technique of offering $5 for one or 2 for 10, and you will sell more for 2 for 10 than you do singles for 5 because people are used to
Oh yeah.
getting the better deal. The same concept as pricing it at $9.99 or $19.99. It doesn't
Instead of 10 or 20.
right. It doesn't ding in your head that this is you're spending a whole 20 or whatever. So Dave says I often buy things online that cost more because of free shipping compared to something cheaper with paid shipping. So yeah, that's a matter of doing the math. Yeah, Ed's done it. Yeah, Andrea?
Well, I do that, but I also look and see where it's coming from. Because that makes a big difference too. Because if it's free shipping and it's going to take 2 weeks, as opposed to pay for the shipping and it takes 3 days.
That's true. That's true. It's also something you got to watch out for is when you're buying stuff cheap on Amazon, it's the companies from Wish now. So you will pay $2 for this wonderful shirt with $27 shipping.
Right.
And people don't even realize it when they're stacking their cart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I look at that and then I go to Wish, and if it's the same thing from the same seller, I buy it off of Wish because the shipping's cheaper. I guess I have too much time.
Why? Thank
Well,
you.
not Wish selling on Amazon, but some of the same vendors, like straight from China vendors. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay, so what other stupid shit have we ran across or done?
Kids. Well, sorry. Kids. Or it's like, okay, so I know I'm guilty of this. Other people probably are too. You smell something and it makes you want to, bleh. You're like, hey, smell this. And the other person does. That's stupid shit.
It's true.
Just
Amazon's catalog is
just
often a
saying.
mess right now, and yet people, the companies who sell on Wish are now selling on Amazon also. So you just have to.
Mhm.
Here's the bottom line: if you're spending money, pay a little attention. I realize it's easy and convenient, and it's easy to
Yeah.
get into that mess, but yeah, it's still your money. Be a little responsible with it and pay attention. It's
Well, like, I know Instagram, they have the ads and things for different stuff. And a lot of people, they're like, oh, that's a great deal. They'll click on it and they buy it there and never receive whatever it is or, whatever. I have a tendency, if I see something on there, I see if there's an actual website and then
Mhm.
order it from the actual website.
Yeah.
or order it from Amazon because a lot of times if you're going straight to the manufacturer, distributor, or company's website, it is cheaper somewhere else. Which, by the way, it might be better to buy it directly from the company because now you're supporting them directly. They actually make less selling it on Amazon also because they've
Yeah,
got
they
a...
have to pay fees.
Yeah.
Well, on Instagram, I saw a thing for a cat tree, and I'm like, because I want to get the cats a new cat tree, and I'm like, oh, that's a great price. That's a great one. I'm not gonna order, click on the ad on Instagram and do it because like that price is too good. And then I went to look for the website, and that is not a website. That said it was a website on there. So
Mm-hmm.
See, we deal with so many stupid things every single day. I've had people come into my job to, again, I do the hiring for a large company, and they'll walk up to me and I'll be like, "Can I have your ID and your supporting document?" These are the same documents that since I was 14 and got my first job, I had to show them at every single job. Now, maybe you don't memorize that whole list, but you know you're going to need something that shows your social and something that shows your ID. So, driver's license, ID card, whatever, and something else, birth certificate or social. And when I go to jobs, I bring it all, including my passport, because I'm going to have too much. I have had people show up going,
Yep.
I didn't realize I needed my ID.
Yep.
And then they'll admit that they drove there without their ID. And then they'll be like, but I have a photocopy of it. Or I have a picture on my phone. And I'm like, no.
Do I make you horny, baby?
So that's something. It's why do you even leave your house? Which, by the way, I've recently learned the U.S. is one of the few countries in the world where you want to carry your documents all the time. You want to carry ID all the time. Apparently, other countries, people leave the house all the time without their ID. But here, we have it. We're showing it for credit cards. We're showing it for being pulled over. We're showing it for whatever reason, but we always tend to have it. And it's the U.S., so carry your fucking ID. Jules says, one time at a... Is that what you're giggling about, Andrea? Jules says, one time at a restaurant, the special was mahi-mahi, which is another name for the fish, dolphin. So we asked the waitress if it was tuna safe. She went and asked the cooks. We heard laughter all the way up from the kitchen. She came back mad and said, "You set me up." Yes, we did. I handed her a $10 bill. We left her a large tip. It's
oh, that's kind of funny though. I like that. That was great.
Oh,
I didn't know that one.
Go ahead, Andrea.
That was the name for the dolphin fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wordwin did
Dolphin
clarify.
fish, not an actual dolphin, right?
Right. It's actually spelled DAULPHIN
Okay,
instead of it's dolphin instead of dolphin or something like that.
Dolphin, yeah.
Wordwin did finish up the story he said earlier about the waitress with the onions. He sent her back to the kitchen to tell the chefs, and they heard the laughter all the way from the kitchen. Also,
oh, that's great.
It's
that amuses me.
There have been times where she has a mushroom allergy, and she's requested no mushrooms, and it's come out like with an egg roll, and she's like, "Is there mushrooms in this?" And they're like, She's like, "Yeah, you need to go check," and they'll come back going,
yeah, the one time I didn't ask, because I never had that before. One time I didn't ask, it was. I'm like,
And Robert says,
my
"Don't eat the
goodness.
mammal dolphin, at least not where anyone can see it. Because then you end up like, what's his name from the Boys TV series?"
oh God. Oh, that's a great show. Oh,
The man from Atlanta.
Yeah. Patrick Duffy?
okay.
Before he got onto Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Andrea?
Nope.
God, I just dated myself.
At least you know you took yourself to a good dinner. The sex was good afterwards when you dated yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
Got it right.
Okay, we got about 15 minutes left in this episode, give or take. So let's get
God.
anything else anybody else has had that they've done that's dumb.
Or they've seen that's dumb.
Those stupid fuckers that can't read an email. Pisses me off. And I know we don't talk about our jobs on here, but I hope my boss is either watching or listening, because that stupid fucker does not know how to read an email. We'll be working on a situation. I'll sit down, I'll type it all up, dot my I's, cross my T's, go back, reread it, make sure I delete all the words motherfucker that's in there, send it out to him, and 2 days later, he'll ask me a question that was covered in the email. You didn't read it, did you? I did all that fucking work for nothing.
Toey says, this goes back to the 90s, but I had to tech support someone who got a 3.5-inch computer disc stuck in a CD loading tray.
That's wow.
Wasn't there a Prince song about that?
Little Red Corvette? No, I don't think so. Raspberry Beret?
Like trying to play a CD on a record player.
The cup holder. It's, and we got one here from Wordowin. I was at a Japanese place and they had red snapper on the menu. I convinced the poor college girl at the counter there was also blue and green snappers, and to make sure which one it actually was, the older guy at the window to the kitchen behind her was close to dying. So she goes to ask what kind it was and comes back, is purple snapper okay?
Oh, that's
sure.
Oh my goodness.
I wonder if that was during the era where snapper was slang for vagina.
Oh god, I hope it wasn't purple.
There you go, back to Ed's topic. I hate it. Dave says, I hate it when you send out that long, well thought out email and receive okay as a response. I'm the guy that sends okay. Because great email. It's all covered. I got nothing to say besides thumbs up. We're good. I mean, what do you want me to type all the same shit back going, yes to this and that and this?
Use at least 3 words. Okay, I understand, or great, or... Don't be that guy.
Golly gee, this is super fantastical wonderful. Dave adds, have you ever seen images of people in long lines for an escalator with empty stairs right next to it? Maybe that's lazy over stupid. Stupid because they could have been where they were going.
But you can't feel like you're flying.
Which is why they don't let Andrea ride the escalator railing all the way up anymore.
I love the escalator, and then that moving sidewalk at the airport. Oh my god, I love that. Like, I'm bionic, man.
She makes noises.
When we went, I don't remember where it was, but yeah, I did, because that was awesome.
You feel like you're the Flash.
Yeah.
No, I think that's reasonable with the moving sidewalks. It's, what about when driving? What kind of stupid shit do you see when driving? Okay, let's just say littering right away. Throwing stuff out your window.
Haven't they seen the commercial where the Indian guy has the tear?
Native American.
That right there, that impacted me so much. I'm like, nope. Can't make the earth cry.
See, Wordowin says, places I work, the owner sent my boss to a course on email etiquette because my boss had a habit of answering emails with the letter K, the letter Y, and the letter N. After the course, he answered okay, yes, and no. The only time I will answer that short is with a text message where I just can't really respond at length.
Yeah.
But my phone now has this wonderful feature that when you pull it down, it like suggests responses, so I can get the full word in now. But I don't like sending just a Y, because I've sent a Y for a yes, and people respond with, because I really need to know this so we can decide what we're doing. And I'm like, not what I meant.
Mine has like suggestive words too, but
Fuck you.
not relevant
Bite
at all.
me. It's, call your mother. She's cheaper. And
Yeah.
Okay.
yes.
So Robert says lived in Orlando, Florida for 10ish years. Old people getting in the right lane to go left almost every damn day. I don't do that. But speaking of in the car, have you ever been in the car?
Yes.
And the car next to you moves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the car next to you moves and you think it's you?
Yeah.
Yep. I hate that. I feel so stupid. It's like, wait, my car's not even on.
That's why the people behind you at the light are honking. Dave says, I hate rubbernecking, though I've been guilty. But slowing down traffic because someone that's been pulled over drives me nuts. Yeah, it's my general rule is if I'm alone, I'm driving. If somebody else is in the car, the driver's not allowed to look. The other person looks. That's the rules.
Give me the commentary, man.
Right. Gordon says, when working tech support for a company selling Linux products, I got a support ticket with someone asking about how well disks, this is when 3.5 disks were still in use, how well disks, so I sent back a long message about keeping them away from desk speakers along with the formula for magnetics and the signal strength needed to damage your disk. Sure, I thought it was all on because I had fun answering it, to be honest. That's not really stupid. But that is a fair education, and I still worry about putting my phone down near a speaker. Because at one point in time, they would screw up phones, too, and I think they fixed the problem. But I'm still like...
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's... when we all...
Magnets.
Well, I
It's
know for a
magnets
while
in
they're
the
like,
speaker.
don't put your phone next to your wallet with your credit cards because it'll. Ah,
My boss shows up a couple hours later asking me about the ticket. This was from a major computer magazine in Portugal. Why did you do this? Me? Well, it's what they asked. Why wouldn't you do it? What's the problem?
yeah. I thought that was valid information.
Okay. So, yeah, there's the traffic stuff people mentioning. Like Jules says, stupid people on the highway in the left passing lane either going only the speed limit or will not pass a semi-truck. The usual road complaints, and nothing terribly creative there. And we're going to wrap this up after one or two more comments. 20 years ago, says Robert, 2 a.m. after a late dress rehearsal, my now wife wanted steak and shake. So here we are. Empty streets, driving the speed limit. Blinker goes 3 blocks before the steak and shake, and then there's a cop car beside me. I slow down, they slow down, I slow down more, they match. 1 block to go, I floor it, whip around them, and pull into the parking lot. I got a ticket. Why did you do that? You wouldn't let me over. Yeah, sometimes drivers are assholes. Fucking. Okay.
Wow.
Andrea, any closing thoughts on the topic before we wrap this up?
It's better if I don't.
See, that's smart. Yeah. It's, Ed, any closing thoughts for you? I'll just say it's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to have a dumb moment. It's not okay to be an idiot repeating it. Yeah. Oh,
I'll drink to that.
Thank you.
Hot ticket
There we go. We'll raise that to his bids there.
Good show, one more drink.
Okay. So, let's get a closing toast. I guess we kind of toasted to that. But let's see if Cogsley
We can do it again.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm trying to drink more here. So, the quote from Cogsley is, be happy now. Don't wait for something outside of yourself to make you happy in the future. Think how really precious is the time you have to spend, whether it's at work or with your family. Every minute should be enjoyed and savored. So, yeah, that's a fair point.
Here.
Okay, now, I want to let everybody know we do have email. If you ever want to email the show with your thoughts about it or suggest topics you'd like to hear us discuss.
Who wants to hear a dad joke?
It's so let's see here. Let me pull up the email and see if we have anything. It's loading. Yeah, we got nothing. So you can email us at talkoftheTavernShow@gmail.com. Or yeah. And then right, thanks for all the support, guys. Thank you for all the subscriptions, host bits, and everything else you guys did. Appreciate that. And we will catch you again next time around. Let's get some outro music in here and wrap this up. So
bye, everybody.
Bye.
Shenanigans tonight. You are the one thing that makes the show what it is. Don't forget to join us at the Tavern next week. Until then, have fun, keep learning, and be good to one another. Now, raise your glass in good cheer. Enjoy the small moments every day and steamy dreams every night.